Bonjour. My hair is very Hermione today. I don't know why, but washing it and it now drying is crazy work, but we'll pin it back. I'm not hating it. It's just very big and fluffy. Okay, so today's song is Unholy Matrimony by Giveon. So I feel as though this is a collective that potentially had a connection with someone that was supposed to be eternal. Like there was a promise made to you or made to each other about getting married. If not, you actually were engaged to this person. So let's tap into it, shall we? I don't actually know. For some reason, I'm being called to get the spirit animals first. So I feel like they're asking me to show you how this person's perceiving you right now. So with the spirit animals, this is a really good deck for describing your current energy and your person's current energy. I feel like this will be how the connecting person to you is viewing you currently. I don't normally feel the need to get these out first, so this is interesting. Oh, the lizard. I don't think I've had the lizard before. That's a really pretty card though. I want to say that's fire, because lizards lay out in the sun, don't they? That looks like a fire card. I'm pretty sure that triangle is the symbol for fire. And as well, just from saying that, I immediately heard they're seeing you out in the sun. As in, they could literally be seeing you out in the sun. Say you post things, sitting out, getting the sunlight. But as well, that you yourself are the sun. So you shine a bright light that people get warmth from. That's very specific. The spider. Very colourful cards today. I want to say the spider's air. Earth. It's earth. So you've got earth and fire. One more. How is this person perceiving the collective, please? What is their current energy? Oh, the scorpion, a lot of fire. And then you've got the snake on the bottom. Okay. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Okay. So let's start with the lizard. Okay, so yeah, the lizard is fire. Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and dreamer. So this is how they're perceiving you. So that must mean that they see you as someone that really does trust your instincts, your intuition, and that you're also very sensitive to energy and moods. So, and that tends to be people that have grown up in a household where you had to tiptoe around one parent or both parents and manage their emotions. So you had to become highly attuned to the vibe that you got in a room to protect yourself. So if you could feel that a parent was in a bad mood, you knew to adjust your energy so that you didn't piss them off, type of thing. So that then makes you hyper vigilant as an adult. So you're always highly attuned to the energy around you. And if someone's energy shifts, you pick up on it immediately. You also kind of are just very intuitive on what someone's thinking and feeling a lot of the time. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. And that's another thing. If you're someone that is in the spotlight, and and you have this big bright light that people are drawn to. I'm almost seeing those, you know, those lamps that zap the bugs. It's like people are drawn to you, but then your light is so strong it can burn out quickly as well. When in balance, artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. So this person's really seeing you as quite tapped into your spiritual gifts. You're someone that, it could be whatever it is you post. So say you do this type of thing, you do tarot or some kind of healing work, and you post that, and this person has access to that. They can see it. They see you using those skills that you have and putting it out into the world. And it could also be that without you realizing it, what you post is actually tapping into this person's energy, and they are suddenly going, they're really like, wow, this person's magic. How do they know exactly what's going on in my life? Because whatever you're putting out there is almost exactly what this person connected to is going through. And I don't believe this person thinks you're spying on them. I think they just believe that you're so in tune with them that you're picking up things and speaking things that resonate so much with them. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. To bring into balance, a creative project. All right, let's find the spider. Yeah, so they're definitely seeing you doing your life's purpose, what fulfills you. So in whatever way that is using your intuition and your spiritual insight, you are sharing that wisdom, that healing nature with the world, because this is creator of prosperity through life's work and dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it. So again, the light that you share, people are drawn to it, and you use it to support people, whether it's your immediate family and friends or people that you touch in your work, as in the general public. Just anyone you interact with, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process orientated rather than results orientated, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. They're really seeing you tap into whatever your purpose is in this work, in this life, in this world. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. So this is the energy that they're perceiving you under. You're someone that seems like you're spiritually enlightened, you're gifted, and you're sharing those gifts out into the world, your wisdom out into the world, and you're kind. Because this is someone that isn't impatient. They're perceiving you as someone that has so much to give, but with the lizard, potentially you overgive sometimes. That's kind of like you're a bit of a people pleaser, and you'd burn yourself out first before telling someone no. So that's something to be aware of. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. Okay, and then the scorpion. So they might actually perceive you as someone that has a bit of a bite to you, though. Someone that, if provoked, you'll sting. Passionate, competitive, tends towards isolation. So a lot of this is because you're so powerful, how they're perceiving you as someone that's very, again, spiritually enlightened, and you share your gifts out into the world. You might be someone that tends towards isolation because you need that time to recharge your energy. This is someone that has a lot of light to give people, very warm and giving, but then you're introverted. Extroverts tend to take energy from people. They need to be around people to recharge, whereas once you've been around people, you need to be alone to recharge your energy. So it's kind of like people take yours, whereas other kinds of people are the ones taking the energy to recharge. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them. There's a lot about career here, so this person really is seeing you fulfill your purpose here. As are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. When in balance, wild and free, fierce. When out of balance, jealous, resentful and unresolved. To bring into balance honesty and forgiveness. For them to be perceiving you that way as well, I think in this situation, especially because the opening message was that song Unholy Matrimony by Giveon, that message is about a marriage that never happened. So this person connected to you knows that they burned you and that there's unresolved issues, especially because if you were engaged to this person and then they abandoned you or things ended for whatever reason, you feel jilted by that situation. And I think this person's well aware that there is unresolved issues between the two of you that you probably still harbour resentment for, but you've never been actually given the opportunity to express that to them. There's never been, a conversation to get closure over this, or it's something that is relenting in both your minds because there's never been closure around it. It was just kind of left out there floating and neither person has been able to really talk it out yet. This person understands that this is something that is required, that you're going to need that to be able to express your feelings to resolve this, but they're expecting you to have a bite to you, have a sting to you because of the resentment here. All right, I do want to get Snake. So you've actually got 2 fire and 2 earth, so that's interesting. And I'm noticing too, a lot of the 3 out of the 4 cards look like webs. So it looks like there's a lot of things interconnected into this connection that tie you two together. It's almost like you it's that red string theory. You are meant to keep finding your way back to each other because it's supposed to be that way. It's destined to be that way. Snake, there it is. Guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. I'm actually seeing this both. This person is seeing you fulfill your purpose, and what was before untapped potential in you, they're seeing you glow. They're seeing you shine in that potential now. But the potential you saw in them, all the potential that you believed in for them, that they weren't tapping into and perhaps even running from because it was, it would force them to grow and they didn't want to do that yet. They are starting to realize that you were that person that meant to push them into their highest potential as well. That in itself, you were there as this gift almost from the universe to push them into their potential, and they squandered that. They did not see the gift they were given at the time. What would life look like if you woke it up? And I think this person as well is, what would my life look like now if I had actually done the work and stuck it out with this person? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. I don't think this person wants to waste time anymore when it comes to you either. When in balance, prosperous, creative, charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things to bring into balance Kundalini yoga and meditation. So this is quite nice. This person sees you as quite accomplished and very yes, warm and spiritual, intuitive, you're putting your healing wisdom out into the world, but they also know that there is unresolved issues between the two of you that need to be dealt with. And I think this person also understands that, rightly so, you might have a bit of a bit of unresolved anger towards them when it comes to this past situation. Okay. So how are they viewing you in this connection then? How is this person viewing the collective currently and this connection? Yeah, married. So marriage was promised here. Missing you. They're heavily missing you. And I think as well, when they're watching you and seeing you glow and seeing you put your warmth out into the world and trying to help people with your, whatever your skill set is, it's helping them remember. They're remembering the warmth that they received from you, remembering the warm glow that they got to share and experience with you when you were around them, and that they're missing that now. That warmth that you gave them, all that love you gave them, that is lacking from their life, and they're missing you terribly. They're reminiscing over the time with you and what could have been. I mean, you could have been married to this person, but I think it's more that at the very most it was an engagement and this was promised, and where would you two be now? You would be married, and they're longing for what could have been. And as well, like, that's the first time I've noticed she's actually got a tattoo. So you two might have actually got tattoos together or talked about getting tattoos together. Like, you know how some people don't want to wear a ring, so they'll get like a tattoo on their ring finger, something like that. Yeah, so they're seeing you in your sovereignty. You have really created a life for yourself since this happened. And I think that they're really seeing you tap into your queen energy, your divine energy, and it's like you are a channel for the divine to put messages out into the world. It doesn't have to be tarot. It could just be that you're a healer, but you are being used as a divine light to put out into the world to heal people in some capacity, whether it's just how you interact with people. So you could meet someone new and they'll be talking to you about something, and the words you say to people when you meet them, you don't know that you're channeling, but you are, and then you leave that person with food for thought, and just the interaction in itself changes that person, but you're not even aware of it. So it doesn't even have to necessarily be what your career path is a healer. It could just be that your day-to-day interactions with people have some kind of healing effect on people you interact with, and you're not even aware that that's what you do for people. But synchronicities, and I think this is what's making them miss you even more, because they're seeing your name everywhere, they're hearing your song everywhere. As in, like, you two had a song. You might have even had songs that you picked out for, like, say, we're going to dance to this at our wedding or something like that. But angel numbers as well. If you're someone that's quite tapped in too, and you talked about angel numbers a lot, or you'd be the kind of person be like, look, it's 11:11 or something, and that's stuck with them. So every time they see synchronized numbers and stuff, they think of you as well. But mirroring, I think this person's hoping that you are also reminiscing over what could have been. It's kind of like they have this hope inside them that this is something that you still desire with them too, to be married. And also that they might be seeing this as a mirrored connection, like a twin flame type thing, because twin flames meet as broken people, and you both act out that wounding at each other, and then the belief, you then go away separated, believing that you're too toxic together. But then over time, that's why separations end up being so long, because it takes so long for you to learn the lessons about yourself internally to then come back together and be better versions of yourselves. This person, I think, believes that this is a mirrored connection, that you two acted out certain woundings that you had from childhood out on each other, and those things needed to be healed so that you two could come back together and be married. I think as well, this person feels married to you, kind of like even in the distance and the separation and the no contact, they still feel this, like they're spiritually married to you, like they're still loyal to you even though you're not in any contact and you're not together. It's like they still feel like you're their person and they're loyal to. It's like as if you two are already married, so it's not like they're out there looking for other people or trying to fill that void, because they feel so loyal to you still. Sovereignty. And as well, I just heard they might be worried that you've met someone else or are going to get married and they're going to lose you for good. Sovereignty. All right, so you've got fertility. So you could have shared a pregnancy with this person, but yeah, that came out with healing. So I think there was a lost pregnancy here. Miscarriage or termination, either is still a loss. It's still a loss if you had to make a decision to terminate because it just wasn't the right time. Whether it be because you two had so much conflict and things felt very unstable. So it's not, sometimes you might have to make this hard decision where even though you would want it, it's not right to bring a child into this world at that time. So that is a big thing that had to be healed out here. And this is something they're understanding now. So if this is something that caused conflict in the past because you chose to terminate and this person connected to you did not understand it at the time and there was a lot of painful words exchanged, this person now is seeing it from a more balanced perspective and realizing the decision that had to be made. If it was a termination, this still could be a loss of a pregnancy by miscarriage too, either or. But I do feel like this is something that really did need a lot of healing because it was a very painful situation. But this person also wants to have a new beginning with you. And as a detail, you could already have a child because this card is about children as well. So there could already be a child, whether it's this person or someone else's, but there might already be a child involved. You might already be a mum or a dad. You've got clear hearing, music and frequency. So I think music is a big thing here. I think that this person, and you might be feeling this way too, you might be hearing songs a lot lately too that create nostalgia in your mind over this person because they're specific songs that the two of you shared or dedicated to each other kind of thing, or like shared playlists, that sort of stuff. You are both getting messages of each other through music right now heavily. Okay. Let's get more on this situation. Actually, no, I want to get the message cards. This is weird. I'm getting my decks all in a different order than I normally do. It's strange. Maybe it's because this person wants to do things differently this time. They don't want things to turn out the way they did in the past. So this feels to me like this is something that you guys, I'm seeing that cycles card where it's like you guys had a lot of breakups and makeups and just you could never seem to get it to work. What does this person want to say? This card makes me laugh because it sounds threatening, but it's not. This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me. We have unfinished business. And this is because there is many conversations that need to be had here to resolve things from the past. you are so smart, you have me figured out. And that to me as well is, again, this person having access to you on some kind of platform means that something you say or post resonates so much with them, or kind of reflects exactly what they're going through right now, that they're like, you're so tapped into my energy and you don't even realize. Like, they're just blown away by some of the things that you post, because it's just like, it's almost like you could be spying on them. Like, how do you know what's going on in their life? And I don't believe you do know. I think it's more that you're just that connected. Got, yes, I was cheating. So that could have also been what broke up this connection, broke up the, you know, engagement, because this person ran from this connection and did something stupid to really break this up. I don't think this is something you don't know about. It feels to me that if it was actually they physically went out and cheated on you, that it's something that you already know that needs to be talked about here. And it could even be, I just heard something where the lines are blurred, almost as if you two were already kind of over, but because they did it so soon after, it still felt like cheating to you, because of maybe who it was that they went to, and also how soon after this ended that they did it, kind of thing. So it could be either or, that they actually did cheat on you during the relationship, or it happened so soon after things were over that it felt like cheating regardless. Especially when you're both feeling spiritually married. Does that make sense? I don't care what people think anymore. So this person listened to outside opinions, especially if you two were in a lot of conflict and it felt like things just kept getting worse, and they went to outsiders for opinions, and people didn't this person didn't shine the best light on you. So people's advice was to leave you, and that you were a bad influence, and this, that, the other. And they listened to it. I've been given bad advice. I'm listening to my intuition. I know you are the one. I couldn't give to you like I wanted to, because I'm still healing from my past, and that's that mirroring. Coming from a wounded energy, because they didn't know how to handle the triggers when they would arise in your relationship, and the conflict would just become insurmountable, and they ran. And as well, for that to confirm you are so smart, you have me figured out. I also believe, because they know you're such an intuitive person, even if you didn't have actual evidence of them doing something bad, because cheating could also be perhaps they were indulging in substances or gambling or drink, whatever it is, and you called them out on it because you knew instinctively you knew that something wasn't adding up and that they were hiding things from you, but they denied it. But you were onto them the whole time, and I think you called them on it. They just were denying it at the time, but you knew the whole time what was going on. Yeah, I'm used to getting my way, but you put me in my place. So that's the other thing with twin flames. You can't get away with shit. They will pull you up over and over again. And if you're not willing to face the truth and do the work on yourself, that's what causes the separation, because you're running away from the work that it takes to reach that highest potential within you. And that could be why they went to easier options, either during or after, not long after you, because it felt easier at the time, because they didn't want to do the work required to be the person you were trying to push them to be. I'm ready to come clean. I can't lose you again. So this could be something that you don't know then, that they're about to confess to you that they were cheating, and that they want to not just confess this, but that how much remorse they have for it, and wanting to repair this with you. But also saying I'm ready to come clean, I can't lose you again is more about as well them realizing that they can feel you disappearing. Like they can't feel your energy anymore, and it's making them want to reach out because they can feel themselves losing you for good, and they don't want to lose you. Let's get a timing card quickly. Because I want to see how long it's been here, how long this separation has been. July. So maybe the last point of contact was July, or you separated in July, or July is just an important month for your connection. Like a lot of things, maybe breakups, makeups, significant fights, anniversaries, something like that. Stop waiting. I think you have stopped waiting. I think that's why this person's suddenly feeling the need to reach out, because they're not feeling your energy anymore at night. So I feel like whenever this separated, it was something that really it could have even been that this person was drinking and they ended this in a drunken type, like I'm seeing someone out of control and just making a really decisive but stupid decision that put this into separation. Allow things to come. And then you've got November here. So next month could actually be some form of movement. And as well, maybe if the last point of contact was July of this year, and it's now the longest point of no communication that you've had with this person. And I'm also hearing at night that they could potentially impulsively send a message. I think though it's actually been longer, because for you to stop waiting, I feel like it'd be much longer than July that you've been in separation. So maybe July was the point of separation, but not of this year. Let me just get one more. Spring flipped over. We're in spring now. Summer and May. Okay, so the important months are May and July. So again, and November's under that. So you've got July, May and November. So those are significant months, and it fell on the floor, but it says summer. Hang on, let me get it. November is still spring, but I feel like, because summer starts in December, so December, January, February are important too. I just heard summer holidays, so maybe there was something around summer holidays, like school holidays, where something happened or was supposed to happen, especially around children. Maybe that was a due date. And also one of these months could have been the conception of this pregnancy. I feel as though summer was significant for perhaps either, I'm hearing school holidays and also a birthday, as in what would have been the due date. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, May, July and November. All right, what messages do you have in regards to this current connection currently, please? Number 5, mirrors. Again, so you are mirroring each other. You are in your old patterns but can't see it. So at the moment, something is repeating for you that you're perhaps not recognizing right now. That is something, or maybe you are recognizing it. Something's reoccurring for you, feelings maybe, in regards to this. Maybe something that happened in one of those 3 months is something that's coming up for you again, especially if it's a pregnancy that you shared with this person. Number 9, I feel abandoned. I often feel like others let me down, which is funny because I feel like this person connected to you abandoned you, and it came from their own abandonment issues. And as well, even if they don't say have a parent that technically abandoned them, but they watched their parents have a terrible relationship, and that can make you feel abandoned because you want, whichever parent you felt was the safe parent. Some people don't have either parent that feels safe, but in this case, if they had a parent that they felt was the safer one and they wanted that parent to leave the other one and they didn't, that can make the child feel abandoned because that parent is not putting the child's best interest before themselves. Number 7, mirrors again. Separated or together, we are working in tandem with each other. So that's again, with the separation, you will mirror a lot of things that you're not even aware of. And that's why I was saying, if this person has access to something of yours, some kind of platform, and you're posting stuff that makes them go, whoa, it's like they can see into my life because you're that connected. You're mirroring each other always because there's things to be learnt that you can only do away from one another, but in some capacity you're both mirroring similar situations in your lives right now. 5-5, so there is a big change about to come in here. Karmic ties. I can't fully be there for you as long as this other person is in my life. I know it's hard for you, but I have to go through this experience in order to heal it. This could be another relationship they're in, or it can just be their work situation, a family situation, a friend situation. This karmic tie could be anything. In this case, it actually says a person, but again, it doesn't have to be another romantic relationship, although it could be. It could be a family member or a friend. 5 again, 5-5-5. Definitely a transformation going on between both of you in your own right, and there is a big change about to come in. 5 is transformation, but it's also a significant change is about to come into your life. It's not something that will just pass you by that you won't notice. It's something significant. So 5th of May, 9th of May, our mission is to be unconditional love. Clearing our programming is a necessary part of opening our hearts. Wasn't May one of the months that came out in the timing deck, was it? That was January and April. Okay. 2 for that. Hang on. All right, so you've got the 7th of February or the 7th of August. I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We are becoming one again. And that's kind of like that being married in the spiritual realm. You're already united in the 5D. It's just not in the 3D physical yet. I know in my heart we'll be together one day, and that helps me trust. Let's keep working on us. But 1 on the bottom, I'm triggered. An old pattern has surfaced and it hurts. So something's triggering you both right now because you're mirroring. So look at what's triggering you in your life right now, even if it's memories of this person resurfacing. If you're that connected, you might be picking up on the longing and the reminiscing that this person has when it comes to you as well. Okay, now I'll get these ones. So what can they expect moving forward? I want to get how you feel about this connection currently. How does the collective feel about this connection currently? Protect your heart. So that's where you're at right now, but keeping secrets. I think you feel like there are secrets, and they got, I was cheating. So there could be things that you've suspected that you never actually got answers to. And if it is something like substances or gambling or something, that too, something they never came clean about, but that you know that there is, that's yet to be revealed. But you're, I think, very guarded right now when it comes to this connection. Oh, I just noticed it's split on crossing paths. A destined encounter is about to happen between you and someone, and that could be that 555. Something is being divinely orchestrated right now to reconnect you two. Double-crossed. You may face betrayal or being double-crossed. I think you feel double-crossed by this person. Whether it's cheating or substances, I feel like you felt betrayed by this person. And it really caused you to go into your shell and protect yourself. So you also might not have had another test in love since this person, because you've been very guarded since then. But uncovered truth. So something, this says uncovered evidence will change your view on things. So maybe something's just recently come across your table that devastated you, and you're going through something right now that you're realizing you were right about. And perhaps if this person knows that you've been told something or you've uncovered something recently, that could also be why they're seeing you as that scorpion, that you're going to have naturally resentment towards them, and that they are expecting you to have a sting to you when they try to approach you. Okay. Moving forward, what's next with this connection, please? What is next for this connection? Developing over time with wine. Number 4, family legacy, the good stuff. Ripening, age as well, but transformed. I think both of you have been transforming in this time apart, but things have been developing for the both of you, so that it's like you've got good stuff to come in this connection. It's not bad. And as well, you might be surprised by how much this person's transformed. I just heard as well, you haven't actually laid eyes on this person for a long time. So when you see them again too, you might even just see physically how different they are. Prince of Air, so they could be a Gemini, you could be, but this is it within 4 to 8 weeks. So something's going to be developing over the next 4 to 8 weeks. So that is November, December. But this is also May 22nd to June 21st. So May keeps reoccurring in this reading. It's important. But this is the Lovers. I think this is someone that normally is very good at talking their way out of stuff, but because like you got that, you're so smart, you have me figured out, you don't play those games. You don't, with anyone else it would work. They'd be able to talk in circles and talk themselves out of things, but you saw right through that bullshit and you called them out on it. This is someone that can't talk their way out of stuff with you, and they know it. They know they need to have a clear, honest conversation with you and talk about the love that they have for you and wanting to do this again. That they've made a choice, that they want to be with you. But this as well, I feel like, is a conversation that needs to be had between the two of you. This says during the spring as well, and we're in spring, so... Because these are American cards, their spring is obviously May to June, so... $34 and the letter K. So maybe you met this person when you were 34. You might be 34 now. Your name might start with K. But this is about resources and finances, but also bodies of water. So this might mean you're at a distance from this person, but I think that something tells me that this card is more about the fact that you two are destined to be prosperous together, as in whether you two end up having a business together, but there is something about your connection and multiplying your abundance. As well, just being destined for a lavish life, but together. When you two work in tandem together, that's the kind of abundance that you two are actually destined for. But you've got Tower with that as well, and also the 19th of June. This is about government institutions, hierarchy, legal systems, ego, corporations. But this person might have had a big Tower moment when it came to the law. Maybe they made some silly decisions and they went through a Tower moment. It really made them reevaluate their life. But through doing that, they've really developed as a person. They've gone through that transformation. And as well, because this says stand alone, I'm actually seeing this person that normally they use people. This person has a habit of using a lot of people, but then acting like they get used by others, which they could very well do as well. But I'm seeing this person now having to stand on their own 2 feet and find their feet without the help of from anyone else. Really, like, you know, growing up, being an adult and standing alone and doing things for yourself. They might be used to having someone, especially if it's like a mother or a sibling that kind of always does things for them, whether it's cleaning or cooking or taxes, I don't know, because especially that came out with legal systems, government, and this is investments. There's something around finances with you two and it being developed into something that can stand the test of time, I just heard. That might be something you two discussed as well in the past, having a business together. Challenging the status quo as well, I just heard. So perhaps as well, it might be something you two develop together doesn't exist yet. Or it's a new way of doing something the same. Rider under line. This is a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know, but this person wants to come back towards you. This is what's happening. This is also the green light card. There is progress being made here and this person's full speed ahead when it comes to you. And this is a travel card too. So I think there is distance here. This person has to travel to you. 1st of, that's not June, September. 1st of September is important. But this is setting goals too. I think you're going to have a visit soon from this person. And if they don't know where you live, then it's something where you two are going to have a conversation and then they will come visit you. But you're about to receive some news, but this message isn't going to be bad news. It's going to be a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. And this says delivery as well, so this person might even send you a gift. I think it's going to be pleasant news or a pleasant delivery. But either way, this person's going to travel to you. Number 1 again. Oh, also this could be maybe the 19th of April. Archer, careful aim on target. So this person really does want to come towards you quickly. I think at the moment they're implementing a strategy as far as how to come towards you. What do I say? How do I open up the lines of communication again? But they're very focused on it. This is also a matchmaker card. And it also says on target. So I feel like within the next 4 to 8 weeks, whatever this message is that's going to come through from this person, it's exactly when it's supposed to happen. It wasn't meant to happen any sooner or any later. Fish. Number 22, compass, another travel card. There's definitely travel here. It's like I'm seeing this person beeline for you. It's like they've reached this point where they don't have, well, they might have a little bit of doubts in their mind, especially if they're nervous to come towards you, but they know the truth of this connection now, and it's like you're their true north. Their compass, their internal compass always guides them back to you. You're always where they're meant to be. So they're being guided back to you, but I think they actually know that you are where they're supposed to be. Know where you're going, make a plan. I think they are making a plan to come towards you, to communicate, to travel to you. I think they've been in a discovery. I think this person as well has been trying to stabilize their own finances, especially if they've made bad decisions in the past. They might have really been developing their financial stability of recent, and they're feeling more confident about being able to come towards you because they've created more stability in their life. Okay. Last one. Tower. Yes, take inspired action. Cardinal. Yes, they're ready to take action here. And it could even be that if they've gone through a tower moment of recent, it's really pushed them to come out of that stagnant energy of just longing for you without making any action, and they're ready to take action now. They're pushing this person to take action finally. And this is the start of a season. It's like they're trying to instill in this person the power to come towards you. This is about beginnings. I think as well this person feels inspired to come towards you because of whatever they see of you as well. Yeah, confident with the moose on the bottom. Powerful. Independent. I think they've been in time alone. Attitude is everything. But I think that they're confident, and the way that they approach you, they might feel very... I don't think they're going to seem arrogant, but it's going to seem almost like they're coming across quite cool. Not cool as in cold, cool as in a bit, cool, calm, collected type energy. But I feel as though this person wants to approach confidently because they know that they need to be bold and to be brave when it comes to you, because you're in your sovereignty era now. So you're not going to accept someone that is unsure and doubting their decisions and not certain about you. You're only going to accept someone that knows that you are what they want and they're going for it. They know that that's what the energy that they need to possess to come towards you. All right, I just want to get these little pink ones. Actually, no, let's get the energy around them right now. I'm curious to see what's going on around them at the moment. Person connected to you. What is their energy right now? Gold digger. So they're feeling used by people around them. But I think as well, they recognize that you probably felt strung along and used by them in the past. That is something they're very aware of. But I also think that as well, if they went to, because they got bad advice from other people, they could have even discovered in this time apart that the people they got advice from were using them. But the people giving them the bad advice were telling them that you were using them, and they believed it. I think they're seeing through a lot of facades right now. Move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. I think they're worried that you've moved on now and that you don't even think about them. No, it's not the right time. So this person, the energy around them is telling them, I think this is their overthinking mind. I think they're trying to convince themselves that you would never want them back, this is over. And that thought process is making them think that they shouldn't reach out, even though the universe is trying to push this. I think something's about to happen, actually, especially with that Tower card. I feel like something's going to accelerate this, with this person suddenly going to switch out of that. This is their current energy. I feel like something's about to shift that is going to cause them to suddenly realize you are who they need to go towards. It could even be that they get bad advice from someone, and that bad advice wakes them up. Confession. So they do have something to confess here, and it could be the cheating, or it could be substances, or just something that you called them out on that they need to confess to, that they know is going to create a feeling that you were used, that it was never real. I don't think that's what they want you to feel, but I think they are aware that for anything to really progress in this connection, they have to reveal things. It could even be as well, because of Gold Digger there, it could even be that they misused finances when you two were together and you didn't know about it. Move on. As well, I just heard maybe someone around them has recently confessed to them that they misused their money. So say if, for instance, they have a mother or a father that has access to their bank account, they kind of use it as you need it, and then they've found one of those people has built up all this debt. That's very specific. And now they're having to pay off this debt for this other person, and they're feeling very used. That's very specific. They feel like they backed the wrong horse. There it is, distance. So there is distance. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant, but I think it's both. I think this person really, when the distance was put between you, they really felt like this was over and done, that there was no second chances. They were trying to move on with their life, and the distance was a big detail here. The distance was a big detail in why this would never work again, because distance was put between you two. But this person, something's about to shift in their energy that is going to push them towards you again. And perhaps as well, because there's distance, this person knows they have to travel towards you, which then makes them think they can't do that. For whatever reason, they feel trapped in their circumstances. But really, whatever's about to happen, the universe is going to show them that they can leave whenever they want, and that it's to come towards you. Yeah, you will be traveling soon. This person's going to be traveling to you. Just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. So this person, I think, something's about to shift, and this person wants to close in the distance here. I think a conversation will need to be had first. Hang on, let me get these ones. But I think within a few months, this person will actually be making plans to travel and see you in person, like physically come see you. I feel like they think right now that it's not going to happen, but something's going to change this. Meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. I actually think that they're worried you are dating, that you've met someone else. Outdated thinking. This is the no, it's not the right time, because they're replaying events over in their head, and they're obviously going over the distance as well. Chaser. So at the moment, I think that they feel like you're putting yourself out there to date again, and they're replaying all the things that happened between you. And because of everything that transpired, they're in the mindset right now that that you've moved on and that you're unavailable to them. And I think that that thought process in itself is causing them to be triggered, their abandonment issues to be triggered, even though they abandoned you. But that wounding is surfacing for them. And that actually might be what pushes them towards chasing you. I think their fear of you, it's like I'm seeing them feel like you would retaliate and do to them what they did to you. Even though they know that's not your character. But it's kind of like that's their fear, because that's projection. That's what they did and what they would do. So it's almost like if they tried to get you back, you might take them back and vindictively abandon them and do exactly what they did to you. But that, again, just projection. That's their fear, because that's to me someone that thinks that everyone thinks like they do. That's their fear. Can we get more information on this distance, this traveling soon for this person? Twin flames. Yeah, so the way that they ended things with you, they abandoned you. They cut you off coldly and really left you feeling broken. And this is someone that immediately cut you off, and this is why I'm saying there was no real conversation where you got closure, especially because there was an engagement here. Yeah, it's been a long time. When I see clock, it's been at least, heartbroken and clock. This person caused you a lot of pain, and they know that. And I think as well, they believe that you are their twin flame. That you two always complemented each other and that you two were great together, but they ended up breaking you. I think this person knows it's their fault. And I think they're hoping that with time and healing, that you two can actually make progress together and actually heal out the heartbreak that was caused here. But potentially, I think this person is going over as well how much patience they know you've had with them. They could even be intimidated by the fact that they know they abandoned you, and that they are going to need to put in a lot of work when it comes to this, because I think you've reached a point now where so much time has passed that you wouldn't accept anything less than someone that's devoted and willing to put the effort in. So that as well, because there's physical distance and they have to travel to be with you, that requires a lot of effort. And I think right now with their headspace, they don't realize that things are about to shift and they're going to suddenly want to put in that effort towards you. I don't think it's that they don't want to. I think it just feels too much for them right now. So right now they can't imagine doing that. But something's about to shift. I still think there's a few months between now and when this is going to happen. It's kind of like something's about to happen for them that's really going to change the trajectory, did I say that right, of this, and it's all divinely orchestrated to play out this way. So I think their current energy is, I do believe that they see you as their twin flame. I do believe that they think you're meant to be, but at the same time, I think that they believe that what's required of them to come back towards you is all too much right now, and they can't imagine making that move. But that's currently, I think something's about to change where it's going to completely open up their mind again and create that momentum in them, that drive, that motivation to persevere and make that effort, close in the distance. Just want to get one of these, and then we'll get a divine door. For some reason I'm getting pulled to get one of these again. I don't know why, so I want to see what comes out. Trauma bond. Starseed. Journal, secrets, trauma bond, and synchronicities again. So I think that this is more about this person wanting to break this cycle of trauma that you two, I think, because I think I said before, I was seeing that cycles card where it's like you guys have been on this roundabout a lot of times, and I think it's been a long time. This has probably been the longest time you've been separated, and there's things that need to be revealed here. This person needs to express themselves to you, and they know that they need to come clean about some things. And it could even be as simple as that they've been watching you and that they've secretly been pining after you for a long time, and that you... Because I don't think you know this. Even if maybe you've wondered sometimes, do they watch me? But I think that there's something that they need to reveal here. And it could even be that they thought that you two were only so obsessed with each other because it was a trauma bond, not because you were twin flames. But the synchronicities is what's made them wake up to the fact that this is more than a trauma bond. This is a spiritual connection. You two are twin flames, and the universe has made sure to constantly remind them of you so that they cannot forget what this connection truly is. Okay. Friendship. So perhaps that's how this has to start out. But I'm also just seeing that as you two enjoying each other's company and doing fun things together. Also as well, I'm seeing that as like, say, a motherly figure. Doesn't have to be a mum. It could be a grandmother. It could just be an older woman. It's almost like I'm seeing them getting advice from someone that they trust, that is telling them to do what makes them happy. And number 16. You've got waiting on the bottom, number 11. I think this person's waiting for some divine miracle to push you two together, but ultimately they're going to have to take action here, and they're going to suddenly be inspired to take action very soon. Freedom flows. And 11:11 on the bottom. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. That's this person. They're holding themselves back from the dream of being with you right now because of the distance. Dream grand things for divine sacred reason. The divine is going to, I think, something's about to happen. They're going to orchestrate something, and they're going to wake up to the fact that they can change their life whenever they want, and anything worth having takes effort, and they, I think, will be inspired to make effort towards you and be determined in doing that. So over the next few months, just keep working on yourself and enjoying your life, and this will